Last month, my friends and I decided to start a book club. You know, to add a little sophistication to our weekly hangouts and maybe finally justify those fancy bookmarks we all impulse bought at Target. Our inaugural pick was The Midnight Library, mostly because the cover had that moody blue vibe and the title sounded like something you'd want to casually mention at brunch. I was excited to finally have intellectual conversations, until our group chat became suspiciously quiet the week before our first meeting. Apparently, none of us wanted to be the first to admit we hadn't even cracked open the book. The night of the meeting, we all showed up, wine in hand, books in tow, and collective guilt heavy in the air. Someone broke the ice by complimenting the cover. "Wow, I love how the cat's just floating in space. So mysterious." Someone else nodded, staring at her own book, and said, "Yeah, but I think the flamingo in the window is a bold artistic choice." I blinked. My copy didn't have a flamingo. In fact, mine had a suspiciously cheerful dog and a garden gnome. We quickly realized we'd all bought completely different books. One person even had Midnight's Children, another had The Midnight Gang, and someone else had just grabbed a random cookbook called Midnight Snacks. Instead of canceling, we decided to roll with it and spent 2 hours passionately debating which cover portrayed the essence of midnight best. At one point, someone tried to argue that the glossy finish on their book represented the existential sheen of modern life, which, in retrospect, was probably just the condensation from her wine glass. By the end of the night, we'd each constructed elaborate theories about why our book's cover was the most profound, despite never discussing a single plot or character. We even started a group poll: which book would you most want to be stranded with at midnight? The cookbook won, for obvious reasons. It wasn't until someone finally Googled The Midnight Library and we all stared at the real cover, the one none of us had bought, that we realized the tragic, hilarious truth. Not only could we not judge a book by its cover, but we also couldn't even identify the right book by its title. So now our book club's official motto is, "We don't read the book, we just cover the basics."